Friends, welcome to another inspiration video. This is inspiration video number 2 for the month of July 2021. And yep, here we are again. Also, it's close to the end of Christmas in July and I am totally like flipping out. As you all know, I'm obsessed with Hallmark Christmas movies, and that means no more Christmas movies until October. It's not that long away, but I'm kind of a nerd about them. Anyhow, I'm not going to go off on a tangent. We're not here for that. For anybody who's new around here, the inspiration videos are meant to simply inspire you, or maybe motivate you if you're in a little bit of a writing rut. It's just a way to like kind of check in with yourself, and also, you know, like if you're not in the greatest frame of mind, to help you kind of get back to you know, being good again and wanting to get to your writing goal. So today I am actually going to share a quote from Steven Bartlett, another really great influencer that I love. I follow his account on Instagram, and I listen to his podcast. He has a podcast that's really great. And so today's quote is about risk. So I'm going to read the quote, and then I'm going to say a few words, and then that'll be it, just as always. All right. So from Steven Bartlett: taking no risks will end up being your biggest risk. You have to risk failure to succeed. You have to risk rejection to be accepted. You have to risk heartbreak to love. If you're always avoiding risk, you're risking missing out on life. And I love that because it's so true. I mean, the part also that really sticks out, you have to risk rejection to be accepted. I think as writers, we're always so afraid of rejection. And I've said this before on the podcast, all over. It's something that I hear business coaches say all the time. Rejection is really redirection, right? Whatever it is that you're being rejected from, right, or is a pass, right, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a really bad thing. It actually could mean that you're being set up for something greater, right? You don't know what's ahead of you. And I just think back to my own career and, you know, sort of going through even my process of getting an agent that took forever, right? I get pretty vocal about that. A lot of that is, you know, I used to think like there was something wrong with me or there was something wrong with my work, when in reality, there was really nothing wrong with my work. Maybe it wasn't the right time, right? I wasn't ready. My work might not have been ready, but all of those things happen for a reason, because my agent actually was not an agent at that time, right? All the time that I was querying, she wasn't an agent. So that's something to think about, right? Like, I was clearly being set up for this moment. And every time I look back, it's hard to see in the moment, of course, but every time I look back, I am literally like, oh, now I see why that happened. Now I see why that was a no. It's because that wasn't the right thing for me. So I want you to think about that as you're, you know, writing your books, sending them out, even if you're publishing them yourself, when you're getting reviews, all of that stuff. Think about the things that are happening that aren't so great and how they might actually be setting you up for something greater. And I think there's a teaching moment too in all of this as well, because sometimes maybe something's not setting you up for something greater, but it's setting you up to try to teach you something. It's setting you up to try to teach you a lesson. It's setting you up to grow as a writer. So just think about that as you're going forward in your careers and stuff like that, because it's really easy to get down on ourselves. And the truth is that we're exactly where we need to be. All right. So that's all I got. I actually stayed under the 5-minute mark. Well, sort of, because by the time I wrap up, it'll probably be 5 minutes. But thank you all so much for being patrons. Y'all know that you're pretty much getting us through this crazy pandemic. More on that later. But yes, I'm just trying to stay sane and trying not to drive myself nuts with anxiety about, you know, what the next thing is. So thank you so much for being here, because you're helping us with all of that. So if there's anything I could do, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you on the next inspiration video. Bye.